check in the beginning of the spring semester to do the check on all of our students. But I think instead of doing it at the beginning of the spring semester, I think it should be more often, periodically, and even more so because senators do get a stipend. They are getting a stipend because they need to be present. The senators are the ones who vote. Presidents don't vote. Senators don't vote. And so they're the ones who need to be there all the time, more importantly.
Yeah, show up to meetings before it's got to vote.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up on that. So, say a senator, they have if this does pass, their 3 unexcused absences. You guys, as the leaders of the Senate, what consequences could they be facing?
Well, currently the way it's written,
Go ahead,
currently
Joseph.
the way it's written, it's 5 absences, and you guys want to reduce it to 3. Well, the consequences with 5, you are given a written letter, and you were let go from Senate, and that in turn creates a vacancy, and the president shall fill that vacancy.
And it's also that the minutes need to be taken care of. They need to be right on point. Because, like, I know I've missed meetings in the past because I didn't know there was a meeting next time. Like, you miss one and you don't know about the next one because the minutes weren't put up. And it's really important to keep good note taking in those positions. If you're the secretary, like, you gotta stay on top of it. And there has to be, the Senate itself needs to communicate. I mean, we're just all off in different directions and we're not working towards anything. Like, it should just be a text message or something saying there's a meeting. Also, the time, Sunday at 5 is a weird time to have the meetings and things change. Students don't show up to that.
I'm done with my questions.
I want questions from the crowd.
Perhaps you could
Well, that's what I want to.
report.
I want to sort of switch it up. I want to ask the student body, what questions do you guys have for your future student president? Go ahead. Can you speak up a little bit, please?
What are you guys' 5-year plan being president? What are you looking forward to changes that may happen in the future with you guys in the effect?
First and also are these questions.
Hold on. Dr. Romero, Dr. Dominguez. Joseph brought up a question.
Questions from the crowd. First and also questions in the screen.
Don't get into the discretion of your moderator as to your, because again, there's some flexibility with the format, right? Which is
Okay, for that question, because it's pretty much asking, because the president, they're only elected for a year. They serve for an academic year. So,
First and foremost, when the semester starts, out of our Senate budget, we give $20,000 to the Office of Campus Life for student activities. I want to hold Campus Life more accountable, and I want to watch closely to how they use that $20,000. That's a substantial amount of money, and as far as I have been informed up to this point, that $20,000 is used on homecoming, and I would like to see how much of it, and if not all of it, is used and what it is used for, because that's a lot of money for the homecoming.
I think that's a good point, but not just for the $20,000. I think even just as a university, how we spend our funds. Like, I don't know when the last time we had an internal audit was. Why don't we hold, if we're going to do that for Campus Life for $20,000, why don't we do that as a university that has $1 million, what is it, $64 million? What's the university at? $64 million? I mean, if we're going to hold 20,000 accountable for student life, and I think Margaret does a good job, why don't we hold the university to that same standard? I'll take this question.
okay, wait, before I take his question, I'm going to take one more question, and then we're going to move on to the other positions so that way they can say what they need to say. So, go ahead.
Both of you, so, the student status so far, as far as I can tell, has been acting as, the financial source of our school.
That was your question.
No, the question is bigger picture.
Right, but I'm gonna start with that. The bigger picture of it is that there has not been any student activities held by Student Senate this year. And when I was a sophomore at Highlands, they used to have a dance twice a month. That has been yet put away for the students. And freshmen and sophomores, I know that was a huge thing for them. Not only that, in foundation, I found $2,500 that had not been used in the past 6 years. I did put that to use this year with scholarships, and I was, the director of the foundation told me that as long as I use it all this year, I'm going to get another, Senate's going to get another $3,500 to use only for scholarships. So that was found this year. That had not been found in the past 6 years. I'll go to the last question.
It's not only that, I mean, 35,000 scholarships is good. I mean, 3,500 scholarships is good. But if your tuition is going to go up 6-7%, then what's the $3,500 scholarship? It's like peanuts in a big bucket, right? Overall, the Student Senate, there needs to be a clear vision of what the Student Senate needs to do. And just allocating funds isn't enough. It's simple, guys. 2 people could allocate those funds. 2 people could do it. 1 person could do it. It's only a budget of like $35,000. And if you put a cap on it of $250, what discretion is there? It's simple. It's
So if you want 1 person to do it, so then that means
I'm not saying that.
That's what you just said.
I'm saying 1 person could do the job.
Isn't that bias? So if 1 person, they can come to me 10 times if I'm the one dispersing the funds. Right?
I'm not actually saying for 1 person in the position. I'm saying 1 person could do that job. The Student Senate needs to just do more than allocate funds to clubs, because that's a really easy thing to do.
That's what it is in place to do.
It can do more. Student Senate can do more than just allocate funds.
Okay.
It just depends on who's elected. So the moment someone's elected, I have to sit down and work with them, right? So I don't want to come with all these ideas and everything else when somebody else might have good ideas as well. I can implement other things, but definitely getting some other support, like sponsors from who knows what Pepsi, whoever will go after sponsors for, is just getting more revenue to allocate funds. But there's more things we can do.
Thank you guys.
One more.
Go ahead, you guys.
I have one more.
Julian.
One more. Honestly, guys, I want the position so I can lobby the state legislature. I want to lobby the state legislature to get funds. I think there's a bigger picture here of trying to privatize higher education on a national level. I don't like the idea that tuition's gone up 300% in 20 years. I don't see why Highlands why can't we be the one that starts to change that? Why can't we? I think we can. It's just, someone has to be willing to do it. And I think if you target the state, and the state figures out how to do it, we'll show other states how to get that funds. And you can start a trend. Because somebody has to start it first. Just start the trend. It can happen. Student Senate allocating funds just to get more funds. We have to reverse this trend of just every time a problem happens, just raise tuition, raise tuition, raise tuition, raise tuition. And that's the easiest solution to campuses. And that's why they keep doing it. And at some point, we're going to say, no, stop. We need to invest in ourselves and give us the funds to make our lives better.
So in closing, there's a clear distinction in leadership styles. There's a clear distinction in selection. On one hand, you have my opponent who is anti-administration, anti-cooperation. On this hand, you have someone who has had a proven and secure relationship with administration, which you need in order to move forward. Without that, you cannot, because the administration will shut you down. Okay. More recently, my opponent was also recorded. Okay. He was recorded calling our dean of students, who is a student advisor, student government. Many profanities. Many profanities and obscenities. I have the recording here. If you all like to hear it.
Stop.
No, I'm not going to stop.
I'm going to stop. That's hearsay. First of
How
all,
is it hearsay?
we're not going to do that.
It's a valid video.
We're not going to do that.
Cussing our own students out.
Joseph.
No, these students should hear it.
Joseph.
No. This guy wants to be your guys' leader.
You should respect your moderators.
Joseph. Joseph.
Yes, ask your question, please.
We need a fancy. You were trying to sell a drug.
Oh, no, honey.
Wait. illegal activity. It's illegal Hey, listen. Before we go any further to my senators, VP, secretaries, I don't want no hearsay questions. I don't want no targeting whether they were
And I was.
or weren't.
I'm not.
Okay? Because
Thank you. I was not from this.
that is their personal life. That's their personal business. Okay? So we need to keep that out of here. Okay?
We're done, right?
I'm gonna bring up the